Hi guys, it's me back again, and today I'll be doing a guide on how to play Communist China in Hoi4. We will defeat the Japanese and the Nationalists at the same time and reunite all of China under one. Let's see if we can do that. I'm at mode on, historical AI focuses, no cheats, no mods. Let's go. As you see, we start out quite small. We only have 8 units, most of them are half strength. We only have 2 research slots, which I'll be using for Type 22, Type 24 rifle, and basic machine tools. For military production, we'll be only making rifles for now. For the national focus, I'll do strengthen central secretariat, because we'll get 120 political power, which will be necessary for justifying some war goals early on. We have all full slots, so I guess we'll just build some infrastructure since we don't have any slots for factories. We have now gathered enough political power to justify a war goal on Shanxi. Let's retake core state. Conquering the warlords early on will be pretty helpful because we are China too. We get cores all over here, and this means that we will get maximum manpower, the maximum factories, and there will be no resistance, which will be very helpful as we can literally quadruple or triple our industry. We have done strength in the central secretariat, and we've got 120 political power for free. Now I'm going to do land redistribution and go down for literacy programs for the extra research slot. And at the same time, I'm going to hire an infantry expert. Start over with mass assault, and most people playing Chinese nations would definitely go for this since you basically start with infinite manpower, but I would prefer to go for superior firepower. I don't like just spamming shitty divisions and just swarming the enemy with my men. I don't like doing that. I'm going to build better divisions, 20 with infantry with some support, and that should work out. Also, we'll start producing the upgraded rifles right away. War justification against Shanxi is complete. Let's declare a war right on them. As you see our divisions, they are not equipped, many of them are not at full strength, but the thing is that Shanxi has only got 2 divisions, and we've got 8, so what we do is we pin their divisions down so they don't go anywhere, and we just walk around and take all of their land. It's just as simple as that. And we have taken their capital. And they are currently 69% towards capitulation. Let's just walk around and take a few more provinces and they should capitulate right away. Oh damn it, I forgot to justify a war goal on Tibet Sanma. That was a big mistake. 120 days, that's acceptable. And we'll justify another war on Xinjiang at the same time. It will take some time, but it's worth it. We can just wait for that. Shanxi has finally capitulated and we managed to get 800 rifles, not much, but that's better than none to be honest. Let's just take everything. Since we get a core on all Chinese states from the start, this means that we have got the maximum number of factories and manpower from Shanxi without any resistance. Let's redeploy all of our troops to the Ma border. What should we do now? I could do enforce the 3 rules and go down this path for extra war support and stability, but I think I'll do agrarian socialism to reduce the debuffs that we start with. And we'll research. And we'll research support weapons. War justification against Tibet Sanma is complete. We'll declare war right away. The strategy will be largely similar to what we did to Shanxi before. We will try to exploit gaps in their hosts, walk our troops through, and grab the victory points as soon as possible. I'm trying to see if I can encircle all of the Ma troops in the north by walking around them with my infantry division. I'm a bit doubtful about it, but I think it might work if we pin down their divisions in time. easy, we encircle 3 divisions in one go. And we will rush the capital right away. And Sibei Sama has capitulated. We will take everything. As you see, we've now got 17 factories and our starting manpower has literally increased in size by like 5 or 6 times already. And that's the good thing of having cores all over China. Unlimited manpower and factories. Let's reassign our forces to Xinjiang. And we can afford to train a few more units with the equipment we captured from the warlords. And let's change to war economy now. Not all of our troops are still in place, but I don't care, let's just declare war on Xinjiang, we should be able to overrun them easily. We have managed to find a breakthrough point at the north and our troops are about to rush the capital. Chiang Kai-shek has been arrested in the Guangxi clique. We will ally him against the Japanese. The other options are not pretty good anyway. If we kill him, then well, we'll get destroyed by Nationalist China. And we'll ally him against the Japanese historically. Oh, Japan is justifying against us. This means we have to get rid of Xinjiang as quickly as possible. Oh, the Soviets and volunteers. Nice, thank you. And Xinjiang has finally capitulated. Time to fight the Japanese. We've got quite a lot of industry from fighting all those warlords, but now we've got a second challenge. Japan is justifying against us. We have managed to conquer 3 warlord states and our industry and manpower has increased by quite a lot, to be honest. But the thing is that Japan is justifying a war against us and we must help Nationalist China to beat them up. So what do? We redeploy our troops to here. We will move our troops around depending on the situation, but first I'll edit the templates to make them 20 width. I've done some test runs before, and to be honest, Japan is pretty weak in this patch. In the earlier versions, sometimes I would see Japan get really deep into China, or sometimes they would even beat China and puppet them, or get a lot of territory. But in the recent versions, I've observed that Japan barely makes any progress. They can't even get past this area, which for me, that's pretty promising. In one of my test runs, I actually managed to help to push the Japanese out by 1940, and that was much better than what I expected. If things go right, then I may be able to completely get all of China for myself in 1942 or 43. We'll start researching support equipment. I'll try to go for maintenance companies as they reduce the equipment you lose from attrition, and we can also steal stuff from the Japanese. So let's research them. Now we have an interesting choice of national focuses. We can go down mobile warfare, which will give us excellent attack bonuses on core territory, or protracted warfare, which gives defense instead. I think we'll go for mobile warfare. The division attack on core territory will be quite useful later when we try to attack and take over the Nationalists. Aha! We managed to trap some Japanese divisions here, not too much, but they'll give us some decent equipment with our maintenance companies. Capture ratio. Now just swoop in and grab their stuff. Our maintenance companies are only level 1, which means that we have a 5% capture ratio, and to be honest, we didn't really get a lot of stuff, but when we upgrade our maintenance companies to higher levels, they'll come up pretty useful. We've got lots of rifles, but we've still got a bit of shortage of support equipment, so I just created this 20 width Peru Infantry Division template for holding lines and garrisoning ports. We've completed most focuses here, and now I'll do invite foreign investors so we get 2 free civilian factories without doing anything at all. We managed to break through another area. Let's see if we can make another encirclement like last time. Now let's also hire military theorists so we get extra long land doctrine research speed. I should have done that earlier, but hey, never mind. Let's also add engineer companies to our infantry divisions. We'll add support artillery later. The Japanese, they've made some naval landings here and there, but I'm going to encircle them pretty quickly and destroy the troops with little effort. We'll now research some tiled artillery so that we can increase our infantry division's soft attack greatly. Great, another bunch of Japanese divisions encircled down here. Let's just attack them quickly and mercilessly. And meanwhile, our troops are spilling straight into Manchukuo and there's nothing Japan can do to stop them. Most of Japan's troops have been encircled and destroyed, and now we are on the verge of victory. Once we clear away this ugly mess of Bologor and we kick Japan off Korea as well, we'll get a White Peace event. China will get all of this, Nationalists China will get all of this, which is a shame. I've decided to abandon the Korean front and move my troops over to ready to attack Tibet. This is because it's quite obvious that Nationalist China is going to win and we aren't going to get anything in the White Peace. And if we attack Tibet, we can get free factories and some free infantry equipment. War goal justification against Tibet is complete. Let's declare war right away. They only have like 3 or 2 divisions and they shouldn't put up much resistance. Our infantry units are doing quite a lot of damage, I mean attack, since we have the planning bonus which stacks to 41%. Aha! Tibet has capitulated and we got 18k rifles for free. We can use that to supply more than a dozen infantry divisions and that'll be pretty helpful when we're fighting against Nationalist China. Take all states. Not bad at all. Most of Nationalist China's troops are all at the Soviet and Mongolian borders. Here is completely empty. If we hit them hard, they won't recover from this. We'll get all the victory points before they even know what's happening. And that's it. Communist China declares war on China. We'll execute all of our orders right away. And Nationalist China should fall. Oh yeah, they've called some of the warlords in. Let's also launch the 100 Regiments offensive. We'll get 25% extra attack on core territory, and Nationalist China won't be able to stand a chance. Nationalist China somehow has got tank divisions, but obviously they're not going to do anything. My guess is that this is the experimental tank division that you get from a focus tree, and they're pretty crap to be honest. They're not even 20 width. Nationalist China does 77% towards capitulation. They'll capitulate if they have less than 5% of victory points. And I think we have to get the victory points in the northeast too. I'll just clear out the south first and I'll come for the north later. And we have finished the national focus of proclaim the People's Republic. See, we got our flag changed and we're no longer Communist China, we're the People's Republic of China. Nice. Now let's do socialist market economy and we'll completely remove all of the starting debuffs we start with. 99% risk capitulation. What sort of joke is this? I think I've still got possibly some victory points here and there. Oh yes, I haven't taken Xiamen. So let's just... WTF? I thought I took all of the victory points. What shit is this? They don't have any victory points. Finally, China has capitulated. That was so painful watching them having no victory points and still not surrendering. Let's just take everything. And finally, from a tiny communist guerrilla base in the mountains, we have already transformed into a world superpower. How amazing can that be? So in a nutshell, the strategy is to take out the warlord states Shanxi, Xibei-Sama, and Xinjiang as early as possible. Then help the Nationalists defeat the Japanese, encircle them, steal the equipment from maintenance companies, and when Nationalist China is about to defeat the Japanese, just withdraw your troops and attack Tibet, get their equipment and factories, and then line up all your troops at the Nationalist borders. They'll catch them off surprise, they're not prepared, they'll have their troops all in Manchuria, and then surprise attack them without any mercy. They should capitulate in around half a year or probably even less. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. If you have any feedback or comments on my video, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. If you have any ideas on what I should be doing on my next video, don't forget to give some input as well. Goodbye!